Hey, what's up? You're listening to the All In Networker podcast. My name is Dan McCabe. I'm on day 19 of an All In for 90 run, where we are going to reflect on my why, and I'm going to tell you how this cannot come at a better time for me in my life in this journey. Right now, I needed this page. I needed to turn the page and see that this was the lesson, and it turned out to be a great day. So, looking forward to it. Let's jump right in. Alright, what is up everybody? Good to be back, All In for 90, All In Networker podcast. And today, day 19, reflection on my why. So part of the All In for 90 challenge is in the very beginning, you reflect on why you are doing this entire challenge. Why are you doing it in the first place? Why do you want something to be different in your life? Why do you want change? You know, what is it about your normal life that you know up until now that you want to be different? And you go through and you reflect on that why. And there's so many people that do talk about you need to have a powerful why. You need a why that can make you cry. You need this why that becomes your driving force to go through and to achieve something better, to achieve something different, achieve something that most people can't do. And we put a little twist on it in the All In for 90 workbook, where we took it away from just being about your why. And on the bottom of the page where you talk about your why, you also write down who you are doing it for, which in my mind becomes even more powerful because you've got your family, you've got your spouse, you've got your kids, you've got your parents, you've got your best friend who's sick and you're trying to help them, whatever it is. You put them on there and then you see that and you reflect on that and you're like, oh, it's so hard at that point to not fulfill your commitments to yourself. And you have to do it because it's not just about you anymore. It's about them as well. And, you know, there are days when we all need to be reminded of that, of why we're doing this, who we're doing it for, because it's easy to try to distract yourself, to find distractions when you're in business for yourself. It's easy to make excuses to not have to do the hard things. It's easy to do a little extra social media scroll. And I know I talked about that yesterday a little bit with my time tracking. It's easy. It's easy to miss out on the things that you should be doing. And every so often, you need a slap in the face that says, why are you doing this? Who are you doing it for? And this today actually worked for me in multiple fashions. It wasn't just as the page intended. The page did its job 100%, but there was like some bonus effect that it gave me as well. So, you know, I reflect on my why. My why, you know, it's like a lot of people's where it's largely centered around my family. It's about making sure that we are comfortable. It's making sure that there's no stress. It's reducing as much stress as possible. It's about owning my time. It's being able to create epic memories with my family, go on crazy adventures to not have to worry about the business and all those things. You know, I shot a short documentary about myself like 10 years ago. And the only reason I did it was because we were actually going through a phase with my dad who's having a second brain tumor. And if you know who my dad is or anybody's ever met him who's listening to this, they will know that he was a musician. You know, he's kind of famous in his own world. He was a tremendous piano player, blues piano player, played with some of the biggest stars out there. He had a long tenure with Johnny Lang where he played and wrote some of his songs as well. He has, you know, within that experience with Johnny, he's been on every late night show that there is. He opened up for the Rolling Stones, Aerosmith, all kinds of people. One time at a Rolling Stones concert at, I forget what they call it, the Rose Bowl in Hawaii, that big stadium where they play the Rose Bowl. They were opening up for the Rolling Stones. Johnny got his voice injured that day. My dad actually had to sing the show. So my dad's has a very storied career. And he was just going in for his second brain tumor, and he didn't know what was going to happen. And I'd been thinking about this documentary for a long time, and I'm like, man, we got to get his story down on video. So I hired a video producer or a camera. I don't even know what you want to call him. He's kind of like all things video. We were pretty low budget. We did a pay kickstart, GoFundMe type thing. Not GoFundMe, like a pay kickstart thing where people could donate to the cause. And then we gave them copies of the movie, copies of CDs, t-shirts, whatever. We threw an epic concert people got invited to. It was a lot of fun. But we were filming this for him, and then we just had some downtime, so I filmed another one on myself. I'm like, well, I'm already paying for the camera guy, I might as well film some cool stuff for myself and see what comes of it. So we shot a real quick documentary on me, and it was like 9 minutes long, but I called it I Want to Coach Baseball. And I always summed up my why. Whenever anybody asked me at any event I went to, anybody asked like, well, what's your why, Dan? It was always, I want to coach baseball. And I want to coach baseball is just a metaphor for really wanting to be there, for my kids and their activities as they got older. I wanted the opportunity and the freedom to be able to do those things. And it's called I Want to Coach Baseball because I loved baseball. Like I truly loved it ever since I was a kid. Played all through high school. I coached all through my college years. And fortunately now my oldest son, Jax, plays baseball and I get to help coach his teams and it's a blast. And I love doing it. It's hit and do things like that. And I think, I think he enjoys it, but I think I almost enjoy it more. But that's all right. But that's why I call that, because that was part of my why. And I was thankful that this page came up. And I said there's some bonus stuff that today gave me as well. And that bonus stuff was really around exactly what it is that I'm doing, because as I've been going through this journey, as many of you know, if you've been listening to the previous episodes, if you're just jumping in, the first episode of mine you've ever listened to, where the heck have you been? But as I've been going through this journey, I have been very kind of confused on a few things, because the network marketing company that I'd been working with for a lengthy period of time and had a partnership with last year, when I was working with Dr. David Peach, who used to be my co-host on this show here before the company that we were with, I don't even know what you call it, but it basically merged. All the agents or all the reps moved to another company. So that's when, Dr. Peach decided he needed to go and focus his time on that, which made total sense. I mean, it's a huge move, especially when you have tens of thousands of people. And I was making the decision, of kind of like, what am I doing? Hoping the dust would settle over there, because it wasn't as clean of a transition as I would have liked it to be. But, sometimes these things, when you get so many people and so much money involved, they're not always the cleanest things in the world. And so I was just kind of been really reflecting on my daily tasks every day. And fortunately, I've got some really cool training programs that I created through my time with Dr. Peach and working with him and doing training with his teams. Also stuff that I've created on my own around lead generation and online marketing. Through this experience, we were also able to get a licensing agreement and do some really cool stuff, developing and customizing a software for network marketers to manage their entire business and automate everything. So I've got these other things that I'm super passionate about, and I super enjoy, and I super like. So I've been fortunate through this 90-day run to have those things to fall back on, because I've kind of said from the beginning that part of this All In for 90 for me, knowing that there is a little bit of chaos there, it really just became about what made the most sense at the time to sell. And so I've got something to sell all the time. And as long as I keep doing the appointments and I keep doing the lead generation, I keep cracking the codes that I need to crack, I'm going to be just fine. Kind of regardless. I love network marketing. I love it. I love the industry. I love what it is. And at the end, I do want to build something around that as well. Realistically, I get paid more selling my own stuff, and I know that, but I kind of feel like that's just one piece of the puzzle. Selling your own stuff, creating your own investments, and doing things through those different channels are all fun and good, but they don't have the crazy depth potential, the exponential growth potential that network marketing has. So that's why it's still there. And so today was good, because as I was reflecting on all of that, I came to some really big realizations today of the direction, I want some of these things to go. And as we get further down this journey, I'm sure I'll open up more about that. As I am kind of processing everything, I'm going to try and keep it somewhat guarded. But, I just had so much opportunity presented to me in the last couple of weeks. And when you are a serial entrepreneur like me, getting opportunity presented to you, man, it's tough, because you want to do everything. You just do. Like, you can't help yourself. And you're like, man, that sounds amazing. And somebody else tells you about something else, you're like, I want to do that too. And like you think about all the different things. I mean, so many people are doing cool things. I want to do all of them, but I know that I can't. But I want to, but I can't. I think, I've created a pretty good linear path of how I want all my customers, my lead generation to flow and my business to flow, so it's not really straying. I mean, that's something I've talked about before, that you can do and have multiple streams of income, but everything needs to be within the same path. Everything needs to align with the main goal, the core offer. So as long as everything aligns with that main thing, so it never causes you to stray. I mean, if you're in a company and you are selling skincare and somebody approaches you with an opportunity that says, hey, but while you're doing that, can you also sell my crypto product? Like, that doesn't really align. Maybe in some loose, weird way you could combine those through some vein of network marketing, but it doesn't really work that way. They're just too opposite from each other. So, so I feel like things are coming together. I feel like focus is coming in, and for that I'm excited. Anyways, I feel like I'm kind of just rambling now, but today just came at the right time. Reflecting on the why, it was the right day, right time for it. I did all my stuff today. I mean, you get down to the bottom of the list of everything that was all in for 90. Definitely did my exposures today. I woke up early, focused on that. I was focused more on prospecting than anything else today. Spent the entire day here. I didn't run any errands. I didn't do anything else that theoretically I needed, quote unquote needed to do today. I just said, you know what, I'm just going to focus on these important things. So I spent a lot of time on prospecting because that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to crack right now and really streamline and automate. Did some really cool things there. Fitness goal. I literally got done as my computer was booting up. My computer was booting up. I still got the dumbbells sitting down right over there because I had them in here from the other day. And so I've got a little fitness area in my house in the other room here. So I'd worked out in there, but then I came in here and did some dumbbell stuff as well while my computer was booting up. So I just did that. So I'm sorry if you're watching the podcast, you can't see me pointing behind me. Personal development goal, knocked that out right away this morning, just like I have been. So I definitely gave 100% today. Checking in with you guys now, so it's all good. Today is a good day, despite the fact that it's 45 degrees, super rainy, and had tornado warnings around Minnesota today. It's still a good day. So appreciate you guys for hopping on. Appreciate all of you guys who've reviewed this podcast, who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, people that are hopping on over to the Facebook groups, or or have jumped onto LinkedIn to direct message me. I love LinkedIn right now. It's so great. If you're in network marketing, you need to spend your time there. Tell Facebook to go fly a kite. We still use Facebook for some mandatory, necessary things that we got to go do. But LinkedIn's just great. I'm having such good conversations and really enjoying my time over there, so much more so than I was in Facebook. Facebook, it felt like I was always trying to talk somebody into having a conversation with me. LinkedIn, I've just been talking to business people that are excited to network and talk business stuff. So I'm enjoying it a lot. But anyways, there's some cool tips and tricks and secrets to using LinkedIn, and somewhere along the lines, jump into some of the conversations. More than happy to share some of the stuff that we're doing. So, all right, appreciate you guys as always, and until next time, I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.